Every team, every topic, everywhere. This is Believe.
What's up, family? Gerald the Bossman here. You're tuned into the Bossman Show on AM 1010, AM 1430, 1055 The King. Let the King out at 105theking.com and the Bossman Show at bossmanshow.com. Hit me up on Instagram, The Bossman Show, Twitter at Bossman Show, and Facebook, Bossman Show. It's the Bossman on your radio.
Listen to the Bossman Show with your host, JR, Saturdays at 9 a.m. right here on AM 1010, The King.
What's up, good people? BetOnline is your number one source for all your betting needs. The latest odds, lines, and matchup reports for baseball, boxing, golf, and more. BetOnline continues to be the fastest and easiest way to place your wagers, including live betting and your favorite casino and card games available to play right from your phone. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and get in on the action. Remember to use your promo code BELIEVE, BLEAV, for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, where the game starts. Back on the Bossman Show, friend of the show. He's now at VCU Rams, fresh off a trip to Greece. Coach Ryan Odom will be on the Bossman Show. Coach Odom, good to see you, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you? Great to be on with you.
Coach, I'm doing great, man. Enjoying summertime here, man. Relaxing, man. Can't complain one bit, Coach.
I love it. I love it. Me too. I got nothing to complain about. This has been a fun transition for us.
Yes, sir. Coach, well, tell me, how was the trip to Greece? Get to see your players in action and play, kind of get a feel for your guys and kind of get that team bonding doing earlier than usual, man, with a whole new team.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, certainly it couldn't come at a better time for us, with the transition. We had a ton of turnover here at VCU with the coaching change. And for us to be able to spend that quality time with our new team was really beneficial for us. And the guys really and the staff made the most of our time together this summer. And Greece was kind of the culmination of a lot of hard work, over the summer and an opportunity for us to really, celebrate, see a new place. It's not every day you get to, go over to a beautiful place like that, a historic place, like Athens, Greece, and experience that. And so, we took it all in, as a group, and we were able to tour around and see all the different historical sites, but also play a couple of games over there as well and have some fun while we're doing it.
Yes, indeed, Coach. And I feel like this, Coach, those trips for me always is about bonding. I got to go on one to a Tennessee State. It was fun to do that when I was there. And I feel like that year we came back more together. We got back for our break from the fall. We was more cohesive. We was more of one. We was more accountable to each other because that trip was for 6 days. We were all together. It was so you by default you get close. And I feel like it helped us that year, and they got us to the OVC championship, and we lost the championship game. But I feel like that trip helped us bond and make the run that we made.
Yeah, no question. And we hope that's the same for us too. I mean, it certainly gives you a jump start, right? And the key for us, I'm sure like your team as well, is what do we do from here, right? We're not at the end right now. We're kind of still at the beginning. And so we were benefited with this, opportunity to kind of get started, before everybody else really. And not everybody else, because a lot of teams went on these foreign tours, if it was their year to do so. But you're able to just dig a little bit deeper. You're able to have some meals together that you wouldn't normally have. You're able to experience these things together in a non-threatening, it's not a win and lose situation. There's not a lot of pressure. It's just have fun, enjoy one another. And then, like I said, the key for us now is like, what do we do from here? Right. We've been afforded this great opportunity, and we're able to get ahead a little bit. Well, now let's keep going. And so let's build upon what we did over the summer. And so that's kind of the stage that we're in, right now here at VCU.
Coach Odom, how during the workouts, I'm assuming you put in more team stuff than usual because you have so many new guys, and those less than individual skill work, but more teams concepts than you would normally. You're gonna play some games in Greece as well, probably.
Yeah.
So am I correct in that assumption?
Yeah, no question. I mean, in order to play a game, you have to have more in, right? And a way of playing on offense. And so we probably, if you broke it down, it was probably a, 65, 35, 70, 30, whatever, offense to defense, ratio. And that's not to say that we didn't work a lot on defense. We certainly did, but you only have but so much time. And so, I thought our guys really did a good job of digesting what we were trying to give them. It certainly helped that we have two guys that, started for us at Utah State that are now here with us as well. They know the system and kind of know we had, a playbook basically that we implemented just for Greece and on both sides of the ball. And so we kind of stuck to that and didn't really get outside of what we were doing there. And I felt like it was really beneficial for us. And the guys understand way more now, right, after having gone through it, than they did at the start of this thing. And so again, I go back to, what are we going to do from here? Now we got to keep growing. And we're always going to do skill work. It's just part of what we do. I mean, it's, for us, it's about player development and helping the individuals become the best that they can possibly be, because that's only going to help our team and give us more tools to work with. And so, we're constantly working with our guys in the gym, to help them improve.
What I know is about you as a head coach, even UMBC, Utah State, your guys always got better from the time they with you. And that's a hallmark to a coach who's on top of things like you are, because I've noticed guys' numbers get better each year. Their skills level will increase each year from watching them on ESPN3, watching you all see this with this network with Utah State. So I know that you're big on that, and it shows in how your players play in your program for year after year.
Yeah, if they're staying the same, then we're not doing our job, right? And we're coaches, and our job is to mentor them, both on and off the court. And part of coaching is helping them improve, each and every day. And sometimes it's helping them see what they can't even see, right? What they don't even know is possible. And we try to do that for our guys. And I'm very fortunate. I've got a great staff, of guys that have been not only with me at, the different stops. Bryce Crawford, Matt Henry, both have been with me. Bryce was with me at Lenoir-Rhyne, UMBC, Utah State, now VCU. Matt Henry was with me at Utah State and UMBC as well, now VCU. So there's a continuity there that's really strong. Billy Bales played for us, at Lenoir-Rhyne. He's been with us, along the way. Matt Hart, has been with us, as well. And so now we've added Darius Theus and Bradford Burgess, and Ahmad Thomas. Both Darius and Bradford obviously are, legends here at VCU and played here in the Final Four and all that. So we've got that aspect, as well, that we've merged with our current staff. And so I'm really excited about, what that means for our players, because, our assistant coaches, they're excellent. They're really, really good.
Yes, and having guys who are the continuity and guys who actually walk in your players' shoes. So those guys can go there. I know how it is to go to this dining hall, this class, or they have a firsthand accounting of how it is to be a VCU around through and through. Now that's very important when you play somewhere, to have somebody who can really be your point of contact, that point to say, hey, how is it really here? And you have two guys on your staff, advance your players. That's how I see it.
It's huge. And both Darius and Bradford have had their own experiences, post college, right? Obviously, they know better than anyone, what it means to be a Ram and what it means to represent, VCU basketball and VCU, our school, and the city really, in a lot of ways. And so for them to be able to communicate that to our players, has been really, really beneficial for us. And the other person that I would add into that is Daniel Roos, who's our strength coach. We were able to keep him here at VCU, and he's been through it, right? He's seen a ton, and been a major part of the success, of VCU basketball in recent history. And we're really excited because, he's really awesome for our players.
Yes, because fans don't understand the way you and I do. Our strength coaches are with us more than you all are. So
yeah, no doubt.
I saw my strength coach more than I saw Coach Alexander.
Yeah.
I was with him though, most with him more than we was with him.
That's
So
right.
so the strength coach fans is very important to a program success. I know y'all don't see it that way, but I trust and believe. The strength coach keeps us healthy, keeps us conditioned for the whole year, helps us not get injured as much during the season.
No doubt about it. And there's nobody better than him than Coach Roos. I mean, he's incredible. I've been really fortunate to kind of watch him work with our guys, and he just really has a connection with them, and they trust him, and that's really what coaching in general is all about. You've got to earn their trust and get them believing in what you're giving to them. And our job is to go out every summer and get a little bit better, for our players, and we try to do that.
And VCU, Coach Odom, you know this. The fans know this. It's so close to DC. It's a very close to the DMV area. So internships, opportunities to network. So for your guys who come there, it's an opportunity for life after basketball, because we all know the ball starts bouncing. I'm in radio now. That's not my goal, but I've been doing it 12 years. Wasn't my goal, but I'm here doing it. So the ball stops bouncing at one point. So you have to have those connection networking to do that. So about the degree from VCU, what does it mean academically there, and how where you all at location wise helps your players have connections after work to work with after they get through playing ball overseas, hopefully, or in the NBA.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that, and we want all of our guys to achieve their dreams, right? And go play in the NBA or even Europe. Like, you're playing over in Europe is not easy to do. And, we've been fortunate over the years to have guys that are able to do that. And, we practice, right behind me here I'm sitting in our basketball development center, and, it's our practice facility and offices and all of that. And, we have former players here all summer. Travion Graham was in the gym yesterday working out. His whole family's here. And obviously, his jersey's retired and one of the best, to play here. And so, we always have guys in the gym, that wore this uniform, and they're around, our current guys, which makes it really cool. I mean, it is a true brotherhood because they all care about this place. And one of the key factors, for us as well is like Rams supporting Rams, right? We have a great city here in Richmond, and the support is so strong for our guys and the connections within the city and beyond. Like you said, you're so close to DC, you're so close to North Carolina as well. If you're driving north from Florida and you want to go to New York, you got to drive right through Richmond, right on 95. And literally we're a minute off that highway. If you want to go south, you got to drive right through Richmond and on 95 and head that direction. So we're really situated in a great spot, for, our guys' development and entree into the business world. All right. But also we're in a great spot for them to be successful, well after basketball.
Yes, and also that location is good for recruiting too, as well. And you are a national brand. People know who VCU is. So when you can make a phone call to a guy, it resonates. They know VCU. They're successful. So Coach, at this point right here, you'll be able to get better high school guys now because of the portal and how the NIL is. Because I feel like the high school guys are not getting recruited as hard as they used to. But you can find you a kind of maybe a 4-star or 3-star is usually when you get your hands on because they're not getting recruited because people want high-level JUCOs or the older guys still kind of in the system still for that COVID year.
That's definitely a factor, right? I mean, most teams, you want to stay as old as you possibly can and talented and smart and all the things that you need to be successful. But, ultimately, the high school guys are really important, to every program. And so I think the balance, of how, you develop your roster or build your roster is really important. And so, at VCU, we don't want to be all transfers, right? Or all this or that. We want to have the proper balance, that's going to be right, to have the best possible team because, ultimately, we want to be involved in players' lives and help them develop and grow, over time, year after year. And we want them to earn, we want to earn their trust and help them get where they want to go. I mean, that's originally why we all get into this profession, it's to help these kids, become, the best that they can be. And if you only have them for a year, it's kind of hard, to do that all the time. And that's not to say that, kids shouldn't be able to move, left and right and all that. Obviously, we agree with that and we want what's best for kids, but we also want that relationship and we want the chance to be able to help them grow over time.
Yeah, the relationship piece is so important, Coach Odom, because I know I ended up playing for him, but Coach Randy Peel, somebody I still talk to. Coach Salzan, I still talk. Jamal Brown, Norfolk State on staff. Willow Jones, GA, Tennessee State. I still relationship with those guys after I'm almost 40. So it's like
that's what
you're
it's all
so right
about,
about that. Relationships really matter. And my dad was a coach too. He'll be 85 years old on Saturday.
Wow!
So
congratulations.
My dad on Father's Day gets all these text messages. He's taking them to weddings and baby showers. He gets for his old players. So I see it from my father. I know you saw from your father as well how relationships really matter. I see it from my dad, and especially myself for being a player myself.
Yeah, no question. I mean, that's what it's all about, right? I mean, you get the invitation to the wedding, and it's like, man, I remember when, right? And you have hard times with one another. You have to fight through adversity and doubt and the different things that go on over the course of, a kid's college career. And you come out on the other side, in a really positive way. I mean, that makes you feel good inside.
It's funny when some of my dad's players tell me, Coach Odom, I remember when you was a baby.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I remember you was a bit learning how to walk. Like,
That's right. That's right. I get that all the time, right? No doubt.
Yes, indeed. And Coach Odom, I feel like this, Coach Odom, I feel like you're league to 18 to be more than a 1B league. And I feel like it's so good. It's top to bottom, it's so good. Quality of coaching, the quality of players. And I saw your non-conference schedule, how you try to set it up as well. I just feel like you all should be you are deserving of more than this 1B. I think it's deserving of 18 only getting 1B these days.
Yeah, I think we should. There's no doubt about it. And that's something that our conference is really pushing for, we feel like we've got the right coaches and awesome men, within our conference and guys that, can really coach the game. And then we've got great players, throughout the league, I mean, you look up and down, the rosters, within our conference and, all the programs this year have done a really good job of recruiting, to help elevate, their individual programs, but ultimately that elevates our conference. And so we want to be competitive with every conference out there in the country. And, I do believe that, things are cyclical at times, right? And, I'm coming from a league in the Mountain West that, we had 4 bids this past year. I mean, you don't go in every year thinking you're going to get 4, at that level, but 2 years in a row, we got 4. And so, I'm hopeful that's what will happen here for the A10 as we begin to, head into the season.
And yeah, you have a great non-conference schedule. I see you got Memphis coming in. You're playing ESPN events as well. You got good home games like Norfolk State coming in, top schools in the MEAC. So talk about how that schedule. I don't know how much of it you did or how it was all done for you, but let's talk about how good that schedule is give you opportunity to get that at-large bid by the quality of opponents that you're playing.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, sometimes you're at the mercy of who can play on this date and all of that. And when are you playing your, event, that you're in? Obviously, the event down in Orlando is going to be, one of the best, I would think, over the course of the Thanksgiving tournaments. It's a loaded field. And so, we've got opportunities, as do the other teams within that tournament, to get some quality wins on a neutral floor. I mean, you've got Florida Atlantic in this, tournament, who obviously made the Final Four this past year, an amazing run by them. They got all their players back.
Mm-hmm.
We open up with Iowa State, who obviously has had, a great, run under Coach Olsenberger. And so, there's no easy games. There's going to be no easy games there. Memphis coming to town. Memphis, has the makings of a top 25 team, this coming year. Temple, obviously, an old Atlantic 10, opponent for us, that'll be good coming into, the stew this year. You mentioned Norfolk State. We got quite a few, teams coming in here that, they can beat you on any given night. And so we've got to be ready. We've got to be ready to deliver. And, we're excited about, the schedule that we put together and looking forward to the challenge.
No doubt. Well, Coach Odom, good to talk to you again, man. And I was been a fan of yours, as you know, man. So I'll be cheering for you as always. Hopefully you get talking in March, man, when you're getting that into the big dance, man. We in down in DC, man. So hope to see you, man. And do it, buddy.
Thank you. Take care.
See you, Coach. It was fun, man.
Yeah, that was fun.
What's up, good people? BetOnline is your number one source for all your betting needs. The latest odds, lines, and matchup reports for baseball, boxing, golf, and more. BetOnline continues to be the fastest and easiest way to place your wagers, including live betting and your favorite casino and card games available to play right from your phone. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and get in on the action. Remember to use your promo code BELIEVE, BLEAV, for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet online where the game starts. What's up, family? Jared the Bossman here. You're tuned into the Bossman Show on AM 1010, AM 1430, 1055 The King. Check The King out at 105theking.com and the Bossman Show at bossmanshow.com. Hit me up on Instagram, The Bossman Show, Twitter at Bossman Show, and Facebook, Bossman Show. It's the Bossman on your radio.
Listen to the Bossman Show with your host, JR, Saturdays at 9 a.m. right here on AM 1010, The King.